Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of the Quip Corner with Ada. This month is an exciting month. Well, every month is an exciting month. It just depends on your perspective, isn't it? At the beginning of this month, I shared with you the word for the month, new. Remember what it stands for? Okay. Join me in the Quip Corner and let's talk about it some more. Thank you for staying tuned. I'll start with a quote from Abraham Maslow. He said, in every given moment, we have two options: to step forward into growth or step back into safety. First option, step forward into growth or step back into safety. I don't know about you, but one of the things I desire to do in life is grow. Growing old is a privilege, but growing up is a preference. Did you get that? Growing old is a privilege, and it's automatic, shall I say, because each day we grow older. But growing up, growing wiser, growing better is something we have to choose for ourselves. So let's read today's quip and then continue to unpack this. Quip 92. I have the bookmark in the wrong place. Quip 92 says, you cannot grow if you refuse to change. You cannot grow if you refuse to change. Change is an inevitable part of life. If there is something that is predictable, and there are many things that are predictable, but change is one of them. Change will happen whether or not you want it to. Even if you refuse to change, if you could, things around you will change and sometimes force or facilitate a change in you. Getting that change to be a facilitator versus something that frightens you depends on how you embrace the new. New, remember, as I said at the beginning of this month, stands for next experience waiting. How you react or respond towards that next experience will determine whether or not you grow and improve in your life as a whole. In fact, if you do not respond to the new properly, you could miss out altogether. I said change is an inevitable part of life. Think about it. There was a time, well, depending on how old you are today, there was a time when you were an infant. Then you became a toddler, a child. I don't think you skipped any stages. If you're an adult, you didn't skip any of those stages. You didn't just become an infant, start off as an infant and then become an adult. But with each stage, there was change. Imagine if a toddler refused saying that they could, refused to change. I can't even begin to imagine it. We would have had a world filled with toddlers. Huh. That would have been some kind of world. Would you agree? So the way we embrace our new then reflects in our growth. I listened to a course by Francisca Gino a few weeks ago, and she was talking about the power of curiosity. And the way I see it, curiosity is an important element when we say we want to grow. Let me read a bit of what she said in her course to you. She said, when we become comfortable with the status quo, change can feel threatening, like a loss. We weigh these losses much more heavily than any potential gain. In fact, when offered a bet with an equal probability of winning or losing, the average person requires a gain that is twice the value of the potential loss before accepting. She goes on to say, if we could put aside the fear of losing, we might jump at the chance to win. Instead, fear chains us to the status quo, even when change is clearly in our best interest. The power of curiosity is that it helps us question the status quo and overcome this sense of loss. Being curious about your new, being curious about that next experience waiting for you will make you more open to it. Remember that every time and any time you shun change, you stunt your growth. Every time you turn your nose up at change, you are turning your nose up at growth. So, what's new in your world? We talk about people making news. Guess what? Every day is filled with news. Yes. Various experiences waiting for us. Question for you. Are you doing anything that's newsworthy? How are you responding to the new in your life? Are you desirous of growth? Then change needs to be your friend. It will be great to read how you have responded to change and how that has changed you. Pun totally intended? Either intended or unintended, change should change you for the better. I look forward to reading your comments. Until we catch up again, take care and keep embracing the new. Bye now.